Hi guys, my name is Scott, and today I am discussing X-Men First Class, starring James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Jennifer Lawrence, and directed by Matthew Vaughn from last year's Kick-Ass. Excuse me. Before you listen and watch this video at the same time, thank you for watching, but I got an early review, and I advise you push stop now before this thing gets completely spoiled. So you've been warned. Welcome to Scott's Movie Reviews, and let's get into the movie. This starts off with, in Poland, 1944. A very young Eric is forced to come to Sebastian Shaw, played by Kevin Bacon, who is another one of those mutants. And then, in the same year, 1944, in New York, Charles Xavier, a very young version, and Raven, also on a very young version, meet for the first time when they were kids. And apparently, years later, Eric tries to seek vengeance while Charles Xavier graduates from a school where he becomes a professor. And Raven is very proud of him for doing that, and they meet up with Moira, played by Rose Byrne, who suspects that there will be a subplot about an evil take over the world by Shaw trying to get the CIA involved, and Moira doesn't. People think Moira's out of her mind, and then they meet up with Xavier and Raven, and then they start putting together a team, Eric and Charles Xavier. But before I get to that, Eric, for some reason, tries to catch Emma Frost, played by January Jones, who you may have seen from Unknown and American Wedding, and Sebastian Shaw himself. But then they start putting together a team, and then they go after Shaw and Frost by tying Frost up, and Shaw's not there. And then they get it, and then the other mutants like Raven and Hank McCoy, played by, what's this actor's name? Nicholas Hoult, and Angel, who ends up betraying them, played by Zoe Kravitz. And then they start going to Xavier's old mansion back when he was a kid, and they start training for a team that will stop Shaw from declaring World War III. And as they do that, Eric becomes a traitor by killing off Sebastian Shaw, and then he ends up not feeling his legs because he got shot, and Mystique ends up joining Eric. Raven ends up joining Eric, but she becomes Mystique. But then, and then by the end, the final shot of the movie, which will maybe set up for a sequel, Emma Frost joins Magneto's team. Okay. The movie was fantastic in so many different levels, I don't even know where to start. It was amazing. The story was good. The effects were good. And Matthew Vaughn, I gotta give him credit. From Kick-Ass to this, I appreciated his work. So, I didn't have any problems with the movie other than the fact that a lot of these actors were young. But hey, it's a prequel, so what? But the movie was very good. And for those of you that are not X-Men fans, if you don't want to see it, then you should give it a shot because it's not like the usual X-Men movie. So, I recommend it to anybody that's an X-Men fan or not an X-Men fan. So, yeah, it's a very fantastic movie. I had a great time watching it, and it was such a good movie. And next weekend, I'm gonna start next weekend's off with Super 8, which is the new J.J. Abrams movie, and Yeah, that's about it for X Men First Class. Thank you for watching and listening.